Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. Good evening, students and families. My name is Elise Cohen, one of the high school math teachers. It is a pleasure to be here tonight to celebrate the mathematical accomplishments of each and every student standing up here today. These students have worked hard to be in the seats that they are in today. They have held an exemplary math average in at least 2 years of high school math, have offered math extra help to middle school and high school students, and some have even worked with younger students both in and outside of Byram Hills. They have participated in Puzzle Day, where they use their creativity, thinking skills, and problem-solving skills to decipher puzzles related to all different subjects. I am excited to be here tonight to celebrate each and every one of their accomplishments. Standing with me here tonight is our Mu Alpha Theta officers.
Good evening, everyone. There we go. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex Lewis, and I am president of Mu Alpha Theta. Candidates, you are being presented for initiation into Mu Alpha Theta, the National High School and 2-year College Mathematics Honor Society. It is an honor to be selected for membership in this organization, which has over 1,800 chapters across the United States and in many foreign countries. Each of you meets the requirements for membership, including work done with distinction in college preparatory mathematics. The Mu Alpha Theta National High School and Junior College Mathematics Club was founded in 1957 by Dr. and Mrs. Richard V. Andre at the University of Oklahoma. In his words, Mu Alpha Theta is an organization dedicated to promoting scholarship in mathematics and establishing math as an integral part of high school and junior college education. The name Mu Alpha Theta was constructed from the Greek lettering for the phonemes M, A, and TH, forming the word math. The principal purpose of Mu Alpha Theta is to stimulate a deeper understanding of mathematics. Thus, it is desirable that you be given some brief instruction that may encourage you to consider the deeper meaning and historical significance of mathematics.
Good evening. My name is Ariana Guido, and I'm the Vice President of Mu Alpha Theta. Candidates, I begin with the oldest history of mathematics. The arithmetic, trigonometry, number theory, and astronomy of the Babylonians and Egyptians was far-reaching and contributed much to the progress in the ancient world. From calculating the circumference of the earth to the building of the pyramids, man began to apply mathematics. It took many years for the concept of the number 0 to develop, but it made possible the algorithms for addition and multiplication, which became important tools in human progress. Greek geometry involved a new emphasis on the power of reason and served as a foundation for philosophy. Archimedes found ways to determine areas and volumes and used mathematics to engineer machines. Next came the age of exploration and enlightenment. With the study of algebra and equations, logarithms and probability, humans found a new language so they could understand the world around them as never before. With one overpowering stroke of genius, a young man in his early 20s, Sir Isaac Newton, invented the calculus, discovered the law of gravity, 3 laws of motion, and how mathematics could predict the very orbit of the planets. With this mathematics, mankind had the tools needed to discover and explain, and a way to develop the technology that would bring man to a new age of scientific understanding. The applications of 20th century higher mathematics have radically changed virtually every aspect of our lives. In the physical and life sciences, new developments have contributed to understanding areas as diverse as mass, energy relationships to population growth. Business and economics have benefited from new theories in statistics and group analysis. Advances in medical technology and communications abound. Applications of new kinds of mathematics have arisen. Knot theory is being used to explain DNA structure, while topology attempts to understand the shape of our universe. Perhaps the most important development attributed to higher math is the field of computer science and the development of user-friendly computers, with its far-reaching applications to virtually every aspect of our lives. Mathematics has taken a large step from its role in the past decades as an obscure mental exercise of the few into a position of prominence in modern life, making our world both more comfortable and interesting.
Good evening, everyone. I am Chase Keller, one of the secretaries of Mu Alpha Theta. It is time now to consider the future. The mathematics of the 21st century promises mankind even more. Telecommunications without wires, words and pictures transmitted via algebraic codes. Rather than developing at a constant rate, discoveries build one upon the other, each leading to more innovative theories. Our knowledge grows exponentially, and its applications grow wider in scope. In summary, then, the mathematics of the future relies increasingly upon man's ability to imagine and create, as well as his ability to reason. Mankind awaits new mathematical and scientific theories to complete the work of the great men and women who have come before. Just as mathematical principles and research have helped us understand so much, we anticipate future research and development to allow us greater understanding of the world around us. It is with proud recognition of your skill and interest in mathematics that we welcome you to Mu Alpha Theta. May we someday add your name to the list of great mathematicians who have helped the world advance.
I'm now going to invite our officers to come up and share some personal thoughts and experience they have from their high school experiences.
Good evening, candidates, parents, and faculty. My name is India Edwards, and I am one of your Mu Alpha Theta secretaries. Before we get into the main event tonight, I'd like to invite you to pause for a moment and reflect on the journey that brought you here. Each of you began with a simple application, and through hard work, dedication, and commitment, you've earned your place on this stage. Whether it was helping out at the middle school, supporting teachers during office hours, participating in Puzzle Day, or embracing a little friendly competition during Pi Week, you've all contributed to something meaningful along the way and gained some experience while you were at it. Take a second to recognize the effort that all of you put in and genuinely congratulate yourself on this accomplishment. I remember sitting where you are just a year ago, and I'll be honest, I felt completely out of place. That feeling was probably the strongest case of imposter syndrome I've ever experienced. You see, I've never thought of myself as particularly good at math. It's not my favorite subject, and yes, I'll admit that the reliance I have on my TI Inspire to help me with basic arithmetic every so often might just be enough to make some of my teachers in the audience cry. In all seriousness, at that moment, all I could feel was doubt. Doubt in my abilities, my intelligence, and whether I truly belonged on this stage. I went home that night discouraged and loudly explained the situation to my parents. My mom listened to my rather melodramatic speech and gave me a piece of advice I didn't fully understand at the time. She told me to never waste a crisis. No cliche, you can do it, or just believe in yourself from my mother. It was never waste a crisis. For a while, I didn't know what to do with this advice, but standing here today, looking at all of you, I think I finally understand. When I used to think about math, I could only think in terms of cold, hard numbers, right answers, grades, scores, calculations, the works. I was so focused on defining both math and myself in a restrictive numerical term that I missed the bigger picture. I'd created a narrow definition of success for myself, and when I didn't factor into that definition, I saw my efforts as a failure. That was my crisis. It wasn't about my ability, but my lack of perception of myself. I could have accepted that definition and let it limit me, but instead, I decided not to waste that crisis. Math grew from black and white numbers to a process that values both perseverance, creativity, and growth. And in understanding that, I could better understand myself. So to all of you being inducted tonight, remember that you don't have to fit a single definition of what it means to be good at math. You're here because you've engaged with challenges put in front of you in your own unique way. That tendency to grow matters far more than getting every answer right. I won't lie and say that you won't ever be confused, frustrated, and doubtful in your mathematics journey. But when those crisis moments come, don't shy away from them. Don't let them pass you by. Don't let them define you either. Find that middle ground and use them. Let crisis challenge you to think differently, to grow, to discover what you're capable of and how to get there. That is my final piece of wisdom to you all. Mu Alpha Theta isn't just about numbers. It's a mindset, a way of approaching problems with patience and passion, an opportunity to embrace complexity and recognize that growth isn't always at the end of the straight path. As you take your place in this honor society, remember this. If you ever find yourself in a moment of crisis, don't waste it. Let it shape you into something stronger, more curious, and more confident than you were before. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you all rise to this challenge.
Good evening again, everyone, and congratulations to the inductees. When I was in the inductee chair 2 years ago, I didn't see a use in what the Honor Society gave. To me, it was just a group that I was a part of that would also prove I'm good at math. However, I see it differently now. It's not just a title, but it's a gateway to opportunities in leadership, initiative, and creating a role for yourself. In my junior year of high school, I had the opportunity to help create a financial literacy program for middle school students through Mu Alpha Theta and the math department. Around that same time, I also helped lead the first year of our Algebra TA program. Neither of these existed when I first joined, but they only became real because I took the initiative and used the resources around me to help build something meaningful. That's what makes Mu Alpha Theta special. It's not just about being a line on the resume. It's about what you choose to do with it. With the supportive teachers and real opportunities you have, the ability to lead, create, and make an impact beyond the classroom. But those opportunities don't just come to you. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, to send an email to teachers, share an idea, or follow through with a plan. These skills you can build with these opportunities, initiative and leadership, don't just stay in high school. You'll apply them in college and they'll set you apart. So to new inductees, don't just be a member of Mu Alpha Theta, but take advantage of what it offers. Because what you do with these opportunities matter more than the title itself. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by congratulating the students seated here today. You have all worked incredibly hard to become members of Mu Alpha Theta, and we are excited to officially recognize your achievements in just a few short moments. As you continue with your mathematical journey at Byram Hills and in Mu Alpha Theta, it is important to remember why you are choosing to engage in these challenging concepts and contribute to the math community at our school. One of the most discouraging aspects of tackling mathematics is the constant voice in the back of your mind asking, what is the point of this? Or when am I ever going to use this? And although the chances of you needing to take the derivative of a complex function or recognize a Fibonacci sequence in the future are slim, the concepts you learn in a math classroom transcend far beyond the specific intricacies of the problem sets your teachers give you. Despite popular belief, math requires a significant amount of creativity and outside-the-box thinking. It is a training of the brain to think in a unique way that no other subject can quite evoke. So, whether you are choosing to study STEM in college or not, the cognitive skills you have and will continue to harness at Byram Hills will serve you in ways you may have never even imagined. To me, that is your why. Not only why you should continue putting your utmost effort into your work in the classroom, but also why you should feel excited about being inducted into a society that aims to foster a mathematical spirit in others. Through Mu Alpha Theta, you will make community connections that will hopefully inspire others to appreciate the value of math as well. It is a chance to connect with your peers inside and beyond the classroom and to grow your own mathematical skill set. That said, everyone in this room should feel incredibly proud of themselves and excited about what the future may hold. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all the inductees, and thank you to Ms. Cohen and all the other wonderful math teachers, administrators that helped us all reach this moment in our math careers. When most students think about math, they think about homework or tests or memorizing formulas or how to do geometry proofs. If you're a parent, you're probably worried about taxes or how much to leave as a tip or other things that may have to do with money and finances. But lately, I've been thinking about math in a much different way, not as a school subject, but as something much bigger. I've been thinking about math as a language, a bridge, maybe even one of the few things human beings can truly share no matter where we come from. It all starts with 2 trips to outer space. A few months ago, I read the novel Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And yes, I saw the movie too. And earlier this month, 4 people left the Earth, actually last month now, 4 people left the Earth and went further away from here than anyone else in history as part of the Artemis II mission. At first, these 2 stories are very different. One is a real mission, one which we could watch with our own eyes and cheer along as explorers literally went to the moon and back. The other is fiction, sun-eating microbes, talking rocks, and something called amoebas. But the 2 stories share a powerful idea. Math is a universal language. On Artemis II, astronauts, engineers, and scientists from many nations and backgrounds work together toward a common goal. They may speak different languages and come from different cultures, but the equations used to guide a rocket and spacecraft to the moon are the same for everyone. Gravity works the same everywhere. Orbital mechanics doesn't change depending on who's calculating it. The numbers you need to crunch to figure out how to literally shoot people off the Earth and get them home safely are the same whether you speak French, Chinese, or Pig Latin. 2 + 2 = 4, whether you call it dos or ni or, well, 2. In Project Hail Mary, that idea goes even further. Now, if you've only watched the movie, first, you'll have to trust me on this. The book really goes into this point. Oh, and by the way, read the book. The movie is great, but the book is somehow better. Anyway, the main character finds himself comically far away from Earth, alone, or, spoiler alert, so he thinks he's alone. He comes in contact with an alien species, and soon becomes clear they need to work together to save humanity and beyond. However, the alien doesn't speak English. He doesn't even know that English is a thing. And the main character doesn't speak the language of his new space partner. How do they get talking? Not through spoken words, at least not at first. They connect through their common language of exploration, math and physics. Even between entirely different civilizations, the laws of the universe remain the same. And that's what makes math so special. A mission like Artemis II doesn't happen because one person is brilliant. It only happens when thousands of people come together to collectively solve a problem. And they're able to do so because they can rely on the same principles, formulas, laws of physics that bound our universe together. The same is true for explorers who, in science fiction for now, come across life from other galaxies. When these engineers and astronauts calculate thrust, trajectory, speed, and timing, they aren't debating opinions. They're working in a shared, precise language, precise enough to carry us into space and safely home again. And that's one of the most beautiful things about math. While our languages, cultures, and perspectives may differ, the patterns that govern the universe are shared by everyone. Math gives us a common framework for understanding the world, and even potentially for understanding each other. That's part of what Mu Alpha Theta celebrates. Not just solving problems, but exploring a language that connects people across classrooms, countries, and maybe someday even planets. Thank you.
Each of you have demonstrated excellence in mathematics and portrayed the service and leadership qualities required of Mu Alpha Theta. Each of you were required to complete a rigorous application process that required not only a written application, but 10 hours of service activity, with the majority of them through a Mu Alpha Theta sponsored activity. This year, your contributions have included homework help for the HEC middle school students, decorations and Pi Week activity, puzzle day, BHHS, math help, and more.
At this time, we are going to distribute the Mu Alpha Theta pins. In them, you will see the colors of Mu Alpha Theta. Blue represents truth, as unlimited as the sky. Gold shines as a symbol that mathematics is indeed a valuable treasure. The Mu Alpha Theta official insignia represents, above all, a high point in the history of the world, an important relationship in mathematics, one that combines the mystery, the challenge, and the beauty of numbers with a simple geometric figure, the right triangle. Let this simple geometric proof of the Pythagorean theorem be a symbol for you and serve as a challenge to encourage your further enjoyment and study of mathematics. We would like to welcome the following members of Mu Alpha Theta.
Eva Accurso, Ethan Alderman, Jada Baskin, Liv Bergstein, Luca Blum, Alyssa Brickle, Liana Brown, Emma Dallas, Maxwell DeLuca, Sophia DeMiglio, Matthew DiCincenzo, Talia Drasner, Zoe Fisher, Sienna Giordano,
Ava Gittler.
Benji Goldberg, Nate Grossman, Sydney Hecht, Paloma Hussein, Ryan Jakubik, Brett Kaplan, Mercer Katz, Alexandra Kane, Ian Klugman, Matthew Cole, Hudson Lazar, Ocean Lee, Lila Leone, Daniel Martyr.
Okay. Curses of being short. Emery Matazau, Alexandra McLaughlin, John McNulty, Gabriela Olejo, Jordan Perry, Kieran Porter, Zachary Price, Maeve Rippey, Lucas Rivalsi, Flavie Rondeau, Kira Rosen, Farah Rosenman, Juliet Rosner, Eli Roth, Joey Schachter, Darby Slosser, Jonathan Schoenhaupt, Nathan Schweitzer, Max Seiler, Aislinn Shields, Nate Simonero, Kendall Sorensen, Noah Stopnick, Maeve Sullivan, Reese Tolchin, Lila Vincequera, Kayla Wee, Peter Wheel, Benjamin Wolf, and Vienna Zippieri.
They did? All right. Congratulations to everyone. One more round of applause. Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate and honor these students. Big thanks to Ms. O'Connell and Ms. Byram for their support tonight in making this event happen. I also want to take a moment to thank Ms. Pellegrino, the math department chair, and all the custodian and security staff who are here tonight. Congratulations once again, and please enjoy all these refreshments brought to you by our new members and current members of Mu Alpha Theta.